I have a sore throat. What kind of hard candy can I have? Get the sugar-free like Ricola. And believe it or not, saltwater gargles work miraculously for sore throats. Don't forget that old wives' trick. I'm a little confused about whole grains and legumes. Some docs say you should have to eat them. You have to eat them to stay healthy. Some say the opposite. Can you better explain, please? And if there are healthy whole grains and legumes, which ones are the healthiest? So you have to remember that up until 10,000 years ago, no human being had a grain or a bean because, quite frankly, they were quite lethal to be consumed raw. If you cook them and if you soak them, you will degrade the lectins, but they're quite frankly still there. Fermentation helps degrade the lectins. But if you look at the history, particularly of wheat and brown rice through the last 10,000 years, the vast majority of Asians who use rice as their staple, 4 billion people use white rice rather than brown rice as their staple. They've been taking the hull off of the grain. Same way with wheat. For most of recorded history, people have tried to get the hull off of wheat, and the whiter the wheat, the whiter the bread, it was more prized by the upper class, and only the peasants got the whole grains. So there's a reason for this, and the reason was people felt better when they were getting the hulls off of these products. And particularly if you go to Italy, there are long traditions, and even South America, of soaking beans for days, changing the water every few hours, throwing that out to decrease the lectin content. Also remember that a lot of my colleagues in longevity point to the blue zones as very long-lived people who just happen to eat grains and beans. Well, quite frankly, not all of the blue zones do eat grains and beans. A number of them don't. And even in the blue zone where I lived, Loma Linda, California, the only blue zone in the United States, the beans that we ate were texturized vegetable protein, TVP, which is soy meal, which is pressurized and heated to extreme temperatures and then turned into mystery meat. So even the clever Adventists have treated their beans with the most respect by pressure cooking them. And as I've said before, if you want to have beans, I'd prefer you have lentils, and you'll find some very interesting things in the new book, The Longevity Paradox, about the health benefit of pressure-cooked lentils. There really isn't a safe grain. If you gotta have a grain, I'd prefer you to use white basmati rice from India. Cook it, then cool it, and you can even actually add a tablespoon of coconut oil in the cooking. It'll make it even more of a resistant starch. And we're gonna have a resistant starch question in just a minute.